by the government that you have provided substantial assistance.
Okay.
And that then allows the court, he probably told the government everything he knew about where he got the drugs, and I'm going to mention some names. I can't do that, but, and they said, you told us enough about other people that we will make this motion and allow the court to go below this one.
And I'm assuming that's statutory, that's allowed. It can't just be a policy of the court.
No, it's written in the law that upon a motion of the government pursuant to a very specific section of the statute, the court then can go below a mandatory.
Yeah. I remember a few years ago, Wayne, when a bunch of them had for cocaine on a 10-year sentence. Remember a couple of federal judges just resigned, they couldn't take it because they had no leeway. They said the government says you have to give 10 years. And there were people that didn't even know there was cocaine in their luggage. Bringing it to airport, they got were given 10-year sentences. I remember that one African-American gal, that young 20-something-year-old gal, who was caught up with cocaine, and her boyfriend put it in her luggage, and the judge went berserk, and he goes, "I have no choice," and was really upset with that. Okay, let's move on.
Former MMA fighter Kane Velasquez has denied bail a second time. This is the guy who chased and fired shots at a truck containing a man who had been accused of molesting a child related to Velasquez. I know a lot of parents are like, I don't have a problem with what he did, but the law does, and a judge said, I'm sorry, you're still not getting out on bail. And one of his arguments is, but the guy who molested my relative, a child molester, is out on bail. But
who has not been convicted.
Who perhaps, right, who has not been convicted, but who was charged, he gets to go out on bail. I also have not been convicted. I am accused of some things, but in a context, and you won't let me out. Of course, that's just kind of the way that it goes sometimes. I don't know how well things are going to go for him, because his attorney is Mark Garagos.
Universally hated Mark Garagos. Yes.
I don't know about universally.
All right, well, hated him.
If there's a Mrs. Garagos, I'm sure she
hates him also.
No, stop it.
All right.
All right. This next story comes with, it feels a little bit cringeworthy, and I'll explain why. There's a producer for the movie Rust who says that he's still confident the film can be completed after the shooting death of Helena Hutchins by actor Alec Baldwin. It was an accident, it was a discharged prop gun that was on the set. But this producer told The Hollywood Reporter he's confident the film will see the light of day soon. He says Rust is obviously a horrific tragedy. The investigation will hopefully be resolved and reveal what happened. Obviously, there will be people out there who have negative perspectives, but we're confident about continuing to make quality movies. I think the reason that some people have just felt that this maybe was said, maybe a little tone deaf, was just because somebody died on the set. Should there really be profit of a movie where something went so terribly wrong? It just leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, how about the investors? Should they lose all of their money? I mean, it's the question is both two sides to that.
Absolutely. There's a business side to it where this statement makes absolute sense. That the people who are involved with the movie, however tragic it was, the incident that happened, they still should not be, penalized is the wrong word, but they should still be able to go forward. But on the other hand, are you going to go see this movie and
the market will tell. And if it's released and people boycott it, okay. Then no.
The darker part of this is the fact that somebody died during the making of this movie that will give it box office viability. Nobody would have gone to see some Western without Baldwin. It would have died at the box office. I'm sorry, that wording was unfortunate. I didn't mean it that way. And because of the tragedy and the resulting publicity, people will flock to see this movie if it comes out.
I'm willing to bet that scene in which Alec Baldwin shoots at the camera during the rehearsal, and they're going to edit out that scene. That's not going to be done anymore. I'll bet you, because you're going to look and go, oh, that's what happened. Look at that. When they were rehearsing, that is when the shooting took place.
And who's going to recreate that? You know what I mean? Like,
There'll
if
be a
that
sound
was...
effect or something. Yeah. And I don't know how important that is to the film, but anyways, we got a couple more. Actually, maybe just one or two more.
You know what, Jen, I wouldn't mind story 14. Or no, actually, you know what? How do you feel about story 15?
Yeah, it's an important story.
It is.
A man has been accused of breaking into some businesses in Ann Arbor, and he was already on probation for breaking into businesses in Ann Arbor. But here's the thing, Bill. I want to see your phone GPS history to see if you were in Ann Arbor recently, because this man broke into a bagel shop called Bagel Fragel and into a honey-baked ham shop, and boy, does that sound like you.
Complete defense.
Complete defense about your whereabouts.
Not guilty in front of the jury. 12-0. Bagels and ham, I can understand that. Out of control, you can't deal with it. That is mitigating to the point where the jury won't even buy a guilty plea or a guilty verdict. Okay, we're done.
That's the defense. Ham and bagels are so good.
Exactly. No, that's precisely the defense. Coming up, the Laguna Woods shooting, some backstory about that, and some legal issues, too, we're going to share. This is KFI AM 640 Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Free-range, non-genetically modified, handcrafted, artisanal, gluten-free, stimulating talk. KFI.
KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
More details. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Investigators say a mass shooting at a church in Laguna Woods was politically motivated by tensions between China and Taiwan.
The alleged shooter, 68-year-old David Cho, had immigrated from China years ago and left a note that indicated his animosity toward Taiwan. OC Sheriff Don Barnes says the only person killed, Dr. John Chang, was a hero.
The meeting of good versus evil between Dr. Chang and the suspect in this case.
Chang rushed the shooter Sunday afternoon, which allowed others to tackle the man.
To save the lives of probably upwards of dozens of people by the way this individual was prepared.
Investigators found bags of explosives and extra ammo stashed around the church. In Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
An 8-year-old girl says she was inside the top store in Buffalo with her parents when the mass shooting happened. She says she and her dad went to the market to get ingredients for a surprise birthday cake for her mom Saturday.
I was scared for my mom. I did not know what happened to her because she was upset and I was upset. I didn't know where she was. I thought she was gone.
She says she and her dad hid in a cooler. Her mother made it out, but on the other side of the store. The family says it took 20 minutes before they were reunited. Officials in New York say the shooter had racist views and was motivated by hate to kill 10 people in a predominantly black neighborhood. Customs agents in the Otay port of entry near San Diego say they stopped a shipment of meth and cocaine that was hidden in a box of zucchini. Officials say in late April, a delivery truck was x-rayed. Soon after, a drug-sniffing dog discovered the drugs. In total, agents say they grabbed one package of coke with a street value of $39,000 and 259 packages of meth with a street value of $1.2 million. The total value of all homes and businesses in LA County is expected to rise by more than $100 billion for the first time. County Assessor spokesman Steve Whitmore says the rise in property value means a boost in tax money for services, including police and libraries.
It goes to pay for all the vital public services that we have come to rely on.
Whitmore says the hot real estate market is to thank for the extra money and says the final valuation will be out this summer. People have headed to the polls in Republican primaries in Pennsylvania and North Carolina. In Pennsylvania, surgeon-turned-talk show host Mehmet Oz has the endorsement of Donald Trump. The former president called into a town hall near Philadelphia last night.
We don't want people that are going to sell out to China. I put in taxes and tariffs to China. They paid hundreds of billions of dollars. Nobody ever got 10 cents from China until I came along, and Oz is a big believer in what I did.
Polls show a tightening race between Oz and political commentator Kathy Barnett. A House subcommittee will ask defense officials about UFOs. ABC's Mark Remillard says today's hearing is the first time in more than half a century UFOs will be the subject of a congressional hearing.
Pentagon officials will appear before...
If you're hurt in an accident, call...
That was on me. Sorry about that. So let's go back in here, Mark Remillard.
Pentagon officials will appear before a House Intelligence Subcommittee to answer questions about dozens of unexplained UFO sightings over the years. The hearing comes after a report mandated by Congress last year found most of those incidents involved objects that remain unidentified.
The hearing happening right now will be public for the first 3 hours, and so we're about an hour in, I guess, followed by a closed-door session. And the Commerce Department said U.S. retail sales rose 0.9% in April. The increase was driven by greater sales of cars, electronics, and by more spending at restaurants. Even adjusting for high inflation, sales still increased. We've got a look at the 10 after sports with Wayne.
The Dodgers beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 5-4 yesterday. Freddie Freedom supplied the go-ahead momentum in the 5th inning.
Here's the 1-1. And Freddie slaps it to left field, and the Dodgers are going to take the lead. This one's going to roll into the corner. Rookie scores around first as Freddie. He's into second base with a run-scoring double. 3-2 Dodgers.
Game 2 and 3 today as the Dodgers have their first scheduled home doubleheader since 1987. The first game starts at 12:10 p.m., the second at 7:10 p.m., live on AM 570 LA Sports. Tyler Anderson set to start the later game. Who will start the first is still apparently under some consideration. The Angels lost to the Texas Rangers 7-4. That series continues at 5:05 today. Reed Detmers has the Halo start. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
I've been doing handle-on law for 30 years, but I've never found a lemon law lawyer that I was comfortable recommending. Until now. So let me introduce you to the Knight Law Group. If you bought or leased a new vehicle and you've gone repeatedly back for a repair, to no avail, they just won't do it, or tried and it's just not working, you may have a lemon on your hand. And if you do, you have rights under the California lemon law. Every year, manufacturers produce and sell cars that have real problems. And if you get stuck with one, that's not good. Well, now you can actually do something about it. You can call the Knight Law Group, and they'll help you get rid of your lemon and get your money back, and you don't pay a dime out of pocket. For a free consultation and high-quality representation, this is what they do. Call the Knight Law Group at 844-43-LEMON, 844-43-LEMON. Visit knightlaw.com, that's Knight with a K, knightlaw.com.
Your KFI Financial Report is brought to you by Sweet James Accident Attorneys. The Dow is up 357, S&P up 55, NASDAQ up 210, and the average price of a gallon of unleaded gas in California is $6.02. For the lowest gas prices in your area, you can check out our website at KFIAM640.com, keyword gas.
If you're hurt in an accident, call the attorneys at Sweet James, 800-500-5200.
Socal Weather from KFI, partly cloudy with highs in the mid-60s at the beaches, low to mid-70s for Metro LA and OC, upper 70s to low 80s for the valleys and the IE. Right now it is 62 in Irvine, 54 in Encino. Let's get a look at your drive on the 10.
All right, stick with me now. This is kind of busy. So I'm driving through Montclair now. It's at the East 10 Indian Hill. It's a bit of activity. It's over to the shoulder. That's not a big deal for you because 57 out to the 50 is good. Now, the reason I tell you that is if you're on the South 71 now, coming away from the 210 plan going East 60, you can't. It's completely shut down. Fatal crash investigation. For you, that means it's going to be there for a while. So simply use that eastbound pen, that'll help. But if you're already on that 71 pass there, get off at Mission. That'll take you over to Ramona. That'll get you to the East 60, and away you go. Southern Orange County in trouble as well. North side of La Paz, carpool lane is holding a whole bunch of vehicles, and they're not moving. That's starting to back up fast. And going through walking out of Flinders, West 210 at Laguna, that's top of the hill. Something in lanes there, I'll follow up on that for you. Don't go away. KFI in the sky. Helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Ball.
You know, every 3 seconds there is a new victim of identity theft. A criminal could be applying for loans in your name, selling your personal information on the dark web. Now, protecting your identity can be very easy thanks to LifeLock by Norton. No one company can prevent all identity theft and monitor every transaction of every business, but LifeLock is simple and easy to protect yourself. You'll save up to 25% off the first year when you go to LifeLock.com or call 1-800-LifeLock. Just use the promo code HARRY.
When you install your new generation, figure a banking account for 42 different things where you get 100% certainty. Let's see what you understand. Wonderful rating. We've got you here to more ways to install. You can anticipate a great smartphone plan. And get the price of new home systems before the price of yourself. Buy a new Dodge and do it install tomorrow.
Radio station.
KFI AM 640. Bill Handel here. It's Tuesday morning, May 17th. Some of the big stories that we're covering. President is on his way to Buffalo with the First Lady. He'll be speaking with the families of the victims, no doubt. And the California landmark law requiring women, at least 3 women, to sit on corporate boards has been declared unconstitutional by the courts. What do you think? What? Quota system? I don't even know how it got passed, frankly. And of course it was going to lose. A little bit of the story about the Laguna Woods shooting that happened on Sunday, and it has been labeled and will be charged as a hate crime. Well, the FBI is now investigating, but it certainly looks like it's going that way. So, of course, the actual shooting that took place itself, the murder of the doctor who effectively sacrificed his life, went after the shooter and was killed. He was the only one killed, and several others were wounded. And we now know the shooter's name, David Wenwei Chow, or Wenwei Chow, 68 years old, which is rather unusual, of Las Vegas. He left notes in Chinese in his car saying he did not believe Taiwan should be independent from China. And that's why he went into the church, because the parishioners, or this church, was known as a church that its political leanings were that Taiwan should be independent from China. And there is a question there that I want to ask. And I talked about this with Wayne, and that is charging this with a hate crime. Certainly the murder, no issue. But as a hate crime, which is an enhancement, question relative and versus what happened in Buffalo, where there is no issue whatsoever. All right. So according to the DA here, not the DA, the chief of police, and we believe, based on what we discovered so far, he specifically targeted the Taiwanese community. Interesting question. Did he target the
feature films? Where's that? What's drinking?
Load your family into the 2011 Acura ZDX. The artistic lines of the 2011 Acura ZDX accentuate the functionality and handling of this comfortable and powerful vehicle.
A 3.7-liter V6 engine pairs with a sophisticated 6-speed automatic transmission providing a smooth and predictable driving experience.
Acura perfected each and every component on the exterior surface. An integrated spoiler at the rear contributes to a sporty look, enhancing the aggressive stance.
Yes.
The power tailgate opens with the touch of a button. A power rear liftgate simplifies cargo loading. You can rely on ultra-bright xenon headlights to keep the roadway illuminated.
The premium materials employed in the interior satisfy drivers seeking refinement. Acura prioritized performance with features such as power moonroof, USB audio interface, and leather upholstery. Acura's maintenance minder system actively monitors how the vehicle is driven and alerts the driver through a display that service is due.
The award-winning Acura ELS surround sound system features 10 speakers controlled through voice commands. The available blind spot information system alerts the driver when there is a vehicle entering a blind spot by illuminating an indicator on one of the side mirrors.
The 2011 Acura ZDX. Your friends are going to be jealous.
This report is sponsored by Memorial Care Miller Children's and Women's Hospital Long Beach. Inform us with effective treatment by law at Children's Hospital Long Beach. Pediatric care at Memorial Care Miller Children's and Women's Hospital Long Beach is closed.
Doors to our reminders is a trespass. Wow, so it's shoot. How the services do? The war went towards to our reminder system of trust.
Or they can skip the hassles and sell directly to Eleanor and close in a matter of days. Get back to the things that matter, like tiny babies.
The princess and the frog beat. A stray boy's our services to major films. President Frog says how just resources are done.